5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Please do not change channel.
From Krypton Radio, brought to you by Famous Faces and Funnies and Off the Chain with Yvonne Mason. It's the Hangin' with Web Show Radio Hour, the Internet's premier pop culture talk radio show. You're tuned in, you're logged on, and now, your host, award-winning author and journalist G.W. Pomichter. Who are you hanging with?
All right, everybody. Welcome to the Hangin' with Web Show Radio Hour. I'm G.W. Pomichter.
And I'm Zeiger.
And we are here this week to talk to everybody about an amazing guy, a terrific independent filmmaker that we've had the privilege of following on his film journey now for over 2 years. Isn't that right? 2 years.
I know, right?
Isn't that crazy? That's we're going to talk to you tonight about David Vincent Bobb, an upcoming film producer, director, actor, a great guy. He just premiered his film, his first feature-length film, Right Before Your Eyes. He's premiering it at theaters all across the Northeast right now. When we first talked to David, this was a dream, wasn't it? I mean, it was just sort of... It was. It was sort of something that he was thinking of, that he wanted to do, and he was setting up and just setting up for, principal cast members and, really trying to get off the ground. And now, look, theaters across the Northeast in the United States are showing Right Before Your Eyes.
That's right. And guess what else?
What's that?
He can now say that he is an award-winning director.
He is an award-winning director, award-winning producer of an award-winning film. I mean, they've been racking them up.
How awesome is that?
Yeah, it's incredible. And I know for many of you listening on Krypton Radio right now, this is sci-fi for your Wi-Fi. So, I will tell you that while this is not a traditional science fiction story or fantasy story, in the way that you might expect, there is a twist. There is an element to this that is supernatural, that is something that is fanciful, is
inspirational science fiction.
Okay, we'll call it that.
Why not?
It's a pretty dramatic film. It is off the normal fare of what many of you are used to. However, stick around at the end of the film if you happen to get a chance to go see it somewhere, and you'll see there is a twist. And I can't tell you anything more. It is.
Don't spoil it.
No spoilers.
No
here.
spoilers. But it's been 14 festival selections, 8-time award-winning so far.
Wow, just amazing. And David Vincent Bobb has been a Hangin' with Web Show alumnus for over 2 years. He first came to us. We did an interview with him via Skype. That one we're not going to share tonight because that one is our very first one. And for obvious reasons, the audio on that, it was a Skype call. The audio on that is not really fantastic. But we do have another interview because we've been following David since those early days. And we did catch up to him again at the International Christian Film and Music Festival.
Yes.
In Orlando, Florida in 2019. While his film has first started making the festival circuit. He was doing festivals all over the country, and he was here in this one in Orlando, Florida. And we caught up with him and did another interview with him and talked about the process, and we talked about the ups and the downs on set and the great things that he had going. And so we're going to share that interview with you in a few minutes. And then we have... I think we've condensed it down really into just the kind of the talking points, but we have a full red carpet coverage of the actual theater debut of David Vincent Bobb's Right Before Your Eyes that was done in,
that was Annville.
Annville, that's right, Annville, Pennsylvania, just outside of Philadelphia.
Yeah, that was the Allen Theater. The
Allen Theater in Annville, Pennsylvania. And our own Allyson Murray was down there covering the red carpet for the event, talking to actors and actresses and the distributor, and it was a great time.
And you know what was really cool about that?
What's that?
Because the Allen Theater has one of those marquees outside. You know, the old time marquees, like, you know, from the 60s and stuff when all the movies would go up there.
Yeah.
Just beautifully lit up with right before your eyes.
Oh, yeah.
Right up there on the outside of the marquee.
If you're a first-time filmmaker and you kind of walk up in front of a theater and there it is on the marquee for the first time. Movie poster sitting over there all lit up. You know, you can see the lights around the movie poster. And right up there on the marquee is you know, Right Before Your Eyes by David Vincent Bobb.
Man, that's gotta feel amazing.
Awesome. And we're going to talk to him a little bit about what it feels like to get out there on the circuit here in a few minutes. So I'll tell you what, we're going to wrap up our intro here and let you hear our interview with David Vincent Bobb and let you hear some of what went on the red carpet as he premiered and debuted his feature film, Right Before Your Eyes. We got to talk to some of the musicians who were responsible for some of the score of the movie.
Indeed.
Good friends of ours, the great KitchenKillaz out of Orlando, Florida, who linked up with David Vincent Bobb. We're going to share all of that with you right here on the Hangin' with Web Show Radio Hour. We're going to take care of paying some bills first, and right after we get back, here's an interview with David Vincent Bobb, and then more red carpet coverage. So thanks for logging on, and thanks for tuning in. We'll be right back.
This is Cosplay Michael with the Hangin' with Web Show. I want to tell you about my friends at Embellis Effects in Orlando, Florida. They've got makeup, costumes, and props for all of your costume needs. And the team at Embellis Effects is helpful and friendly. Embellis Effects is one of my favorite places, and I know it will be yours too. I'll see you there. Or go to embelliseffects.com. And remember, cosplay is for everyone.
Joanne Fisher's The Spanish Doll. Secrets in Italy? Oh yes. Her beauty strikes him like a thunderbolt sent by the goddess Venus. When Fiore is given a peculiar gift, a Spanish doll, she is thrown into a whirlwind of entangled passion, money, secrets, and love. Get swept away today by Hangin' with Web Show featured author Joanne Fisher's The Spanish Doll. Available now on Amazon.com.
The Planetary Alliance has fallen, replaced by the conglomerate.
Governed by the universe's most powerful corporation.
One planet stands alone.
Earth.
Captain Reginald Epsilon and his ship, the Stingray.
A new prototype warship that took a decade of research and development refused to recognize his new commander.
And he disappeared in the blink of an eye.
An
all-out manhunt for Epsilon and the Stingray was on. The ruthless Admiral Roth uses Epsilon's executive officer, the stunning Lieutenant Jesse Smythe.
And her little sister Maggie is pawned in his brutal game of cat and mouse.
Can Epsilon save Maggie?
And prevent the most powerful warship in the universe from falling into corrupt hands?
Hands hell-bent on destroying Earth? Find out in Stingray You Can't Hide Forever.
On Amazon.com.
Now on Amazon.com, iCoin from author Jeremy Mosby. It's an alternate reality, and the leader of the planet iCoin is none other than Benjamin Franklin. When corrupt officials threaten not only iCoin but the Earth as well, an unlikely chosen one, Jeremy, must face dark foes to save the Earth and iCoin alike. Author Jeremy Mosby takes readers on a superhero's adventure through this compelling and imaginative alternate universe. Get iCoin on Amazon.com today. Hello, World Wide Web. Welcome back to the Hangin' with Web Show. I'm GW Pomichter. Thank you so much for logging on, tuning in, Googling all the things that they do on the computer. Whatever you did to get here, we're glad you're here. We are hanging out with Hangin' with Web Show alumnus and good friend David Vincent Bobb, the director, producer of Right Before Your Eyes. David, man, awesome.
Thank you.
Absolutely
Thank you.
awesome.
Thank
you. Wow, we spoke, 2 years ago?
Yeah.
When this was in its infancy.
Right.
And just starting to come together.
Yeah.
And here you are, man. Here you are.
Here we are, yeah.
3 awards.
Yeah.
You're nominated for 3 awards.
Right.
You just had your screening.
Mm-hmm.
We were in there and we caught the applause and people inspired by your story.
Right. Talk to a distributor?
Talk to a distributor.
Oh, man.
That's right. Looking for a theatrical release coming up. We're going to make sure you have details down below so you know where to find Right Before Your Eyes.
Right.
All right, man, let's remind them all. Let's remind them where this journey started.
Yeah, well, the story was written originally about 15 years ago. I was an addict and alcoholic, and it's a story about a guy, much like what I was going through at the time with addiction. Just wanted to get home to his son. I have an autistic son, and I just couldn't break the stranglehold my addiction had on me. And I think the writing was part of my part of the recovery process for me. Yeah. So that's what started it all, writing a story, and and then I found my faith again, and I was at a point where my life felt like it was over. I had to make a choice between cleaning up my act or dying, and that's where I was. I was homeless, and I was out of luck and out of time, and I needed to do something.
It is for all y'all out there on YouTube, especially creative artists. You have to know that sometimes you find the greatest things rock bottom.
Yep.
Because sometimes you have to shed your own bags before you can actually see what's around you.
Yeah.
You were homeless. You were on the streets.
Right.
Just wanting to get back to being a dad.
Yeah.
And struggling through that process.
Right.
And with some really, really good help. I know we're going to give a shout out to them, the folks over at the Mission.
Yeah, Bethesda Mission.
Bethesda Mission.
Yeah.
With the help of the folks at Bethesda Mission.
Yes.
And your mom.
Right.
You were able to bring that together.
And my church.
And your church.
Yeah, the Holy Trinity Greek Orthodox Cathedral. Yeah.
And now here you are. Your story is set to inspire others.
Yeah, that's the goal.
And whether it's on the festival circuit or in a theater, wink, wink, nod, nod, that's where it's going, guys.
We're hoping.
You're going to be inspiring people all over the country.
Yeah, that's the goal.
I mean, that's an amazing journey, man.
Yeah.
All right, so we talked 2 years ago at the beginning of this thing, and since then you've been on set, you've been shooting the film, you've been working with actors, directors, cinematographers, you've been working with all this great collaborative cast.
Yeah.
What was that moment for you that you knew this is real, man? This is going to happen. I mean, when you and I talked before, you knew you wanted it. You knew you were hungry. You were chomping at the bit. And you had signed some principal cast. You had signed, another Hangin with Web Show alumnus, Brian O'Halloran.
Right.
To be on the cast.
That's how I met you guys.
And you were doing that stuff, right?
Yeah.
But what was that moment when you knew this is real? This isn't my pipe dream anymore.
There was a moment on set when it happened. We talked about yesterday on the Hangin with Web Show, but there was a moment where I was like, "Wow, this is really happening!" And it's when the trailer came out. I posted the trailer, and people were like, "Whoa!" Because it's me, first of all, the recovering addict and alcoholic with the autistic son. Yeah, this guy's going to make a film. Okay, I would tell everyone about it, and they'd be like, yeah, okay. They were expecting something to come out on a Betamax tape or something, People saw the trailer.
Stop laughing, all you millennials.
It
was a thing.
Yeah, it was Betamax,
It was a thing.
I have to give a shout out to Bridget Smith, who was the editor. She was absolutely phenomenal. The way she put that trailer together and captured what the film was going to be about before it even came out. That's when I knew that we had something really, really special, and people were excited to see the film when I saw that trailer. So, yeah.
It really is. I want to tell you, first of all, I don't gush. I'll tell you that I like your stuff, and that's great, and it's a compliment, but I don't gush over much, all right? So when I tell you this, we were in and we saw the film. Mm-hmm. We went to support our friend.
Yeah.
I was blown away, man.
Thank you.
The work that you guys put in on that film was absolutely amazing.
I appreciate that.
It was done with the highest professional standards.
Yeah.
And again, like you said, people don't know what to expect. It's your first film.
Yeah.
It's an independent project.
Right.
People don't know what to expect. They want to be supportive. They don't know what to expect.
Mm-hmm.
When you walk into that film, you walk out very, very satisfied.
Yeah.
With a wonderful story.
I appreciate that.
Told well.
Thank you.
And it was amazing. So, as a filmmaker, though, you had to learn a lot about the process.
Right.
You had to learn everything.
Yeah.
I mean, you started off fresh.
Grassroots, man.
You started off fresh, just, hey, I'm going to make a movie.
Yep.
And everybody looking at you like, okay.
Yeah.
What was the biggest takeaway? What was the biggest lesson that you learned, man?
From making the film, the biggest lesson? To never do it again. No, I'm kidding. It is not
don't
easy.
You believe it, baby.
I have so much...
He designed a logo and everything.
Yeah.
He's in it to win it.
Yeah. I have so much respect for people like you and people that do this for a living. It is so difficult, especially when you're the only person doing most things. I was doing a lot. Executive producer, I directed it. It was my first time directing. Wrote it, everything. It's the whole film process itself. I learned so much.
There's so much.
There was.
It's an in-depth educational experience.
Yeah.
And on your first time out, you from directing to working with cinematographers to
Right.
get the right shots,
Yeah.
and to see your vision unfold.
Right.
So was there a moment though when what was your biggest doubtful moment? Was there a moment the dailies came back that just weren't right? There was a moment that you looked at the footage and you were like, I just don't know.
Well,
Was there ever a moment when you kind of did? Because you know what, every journey has that stumbling block. Every story has,
sure.
Conflict, complication.
Yeah.
And what was your complication? What was your moment?
There was a moment, and it was we had to do some pickup shots. We had to film was the homeless stuff on the street when he runs into the guy that he thinks is his dad.
Yep.
Ethan wakes up from in the film. Ethan wakes up from a drunken stupor in the street. He's homeless. He thinks there's the guy that's his dad. That film was an absolute nightmare to shoot. We couldn't get the timing right. The actors weren't performing correctly. But luckily I am an actor, so I was able to get them back in the line. But you know what? With the funny thing about that scene though is the one that was the biggest challenge was the one that came out. One of the best scenes of all of them. Yeah.
Really
and that's really what we learned from that was, and no matter how bad it gets, you can always make something good out of it. And, so that was the moment where I was feeling doubtful. I was like, oh man, we're never going to get this finished because we can't get this scene done. It was like 0 hour. There was no time left, but we pulled it together. They did. I think I ran off in a corner and prayed.
You are nominated for 3 awards.
Yeah,
at
3
this
awards.
Festival.
Yeah.
What are they?
Best feature film, most inspirational film, and best lead actor for Adam Ratcliffe, who plays me in the film.
Fantastic, man. Really awesome.
Yeah.
Inspirational film.
Yeah.
I want to go to that because you and I, we talk about this offline when we're not in front of the camera all the time.
Yeah.
It's one thing to live your story.
Right.
Right. It's quite another thing to look out over an audience. When the lights came up in that room in there, and you looked out over that audience and saw the way people were looking, how do you feel about that? How do you feel about what this story is doing and saying to your audiences?
I feel fulfilled, man. I really do. It's been a journey. It's been a heck of a journey, and I still get emotional every time I even talk about it. But it felt complete. Like that's what I wanted to see in those faces. I wanted to see people, and get the reaction that I got, that they honestly believed what they were seeing and bought into it. And it's
I will say that a lot of films and a lot of indie projects that are by first time filmmakers. Once you're into a story, you're into the story.
Mm-hmm.
But a lot of times that suspension of disbelief is something that's really hard to establish.
Right.
This is my world. This is my universe.
Yeah.
And this is where you're going to live for the next hour and a half of your life.
Right.
Right off the bat, in the first bit of your film, I noticed that was there. Your audience was hooked. Your audience was in your world, in your universe.
Yeah.
They were riding on a train. And
I was peeking over my shoulder to see, and everybody was looking at me.
Right.
Yeah, it was.
That is a fulfilling moment
Beautiful thing,
as a
yeah.
filmmaker.
Yeah.
You got them to suspend their disbelief long enough to just do it. And we're at the International Christian Film Festival here.
Yeah.
And it's people of faith.
Mm-hmm.
And they are going to be inspired by your film.
Yeah.
One of the things that we were struck by as we watched the film, though, is that whether you walk into the theater with belief or faith in any given thing or not, it's an inspirational story. It's
right.
a human story.
It is. Yeah.
Did you find it easy or difficult to separate those elements that you found were part of your faith from those things that are just a plain old human truth?
No, I didn't. It was me being me, and that's one of the things that I actually talked to a distributor afterwards, and he said he felt that too. It was just sometimes faith-based films, and it's not a knock on them. Believe me, it sometimes doesn't feel like maybe it's just all faith, or you don't have that dark side to them, and you have to. I just tried to be as honest as I could. I really did, and that's what it comes down to. And it was me just. It's very hard, first of all, to put your life out into it. This is me opening myself to the world. Here's what happened to me. A lot of people can't do that, and that's why people die from addiction. They're afraid to tell people what they're going through or that they're struggling with this problem. It makes them feel weak and that. But I definitely feel like that it was. It came down to that. Yeah.
No, it's good, honest storytelling, and
that's,
that's what it comes down to.
Right.
As a storyteller, is finding that core of a person.
Right.
And being honest to that and true to that. Because whether it's faith in the Almighty or faith in yourself or faith in your family or your community, it's that faith and that strength that pulls you out of those circumstances.
Right.
And you need that. And to inspire people, you need to show them that. And
right.
you had a great cast.
Yeah.
An amazing cast.
Yeah.
That seemed to work very well together.
Yeah.
Now, we sat in the theater, and we noticed that Christian is here with you.
Yes.
And you've had a challenge as a dad, man.
Yeah.
Raised a young man that's on the autism spectrum.
That's right.
And you've raised him virtually alone.
Right.
And he's, by the way, a wonderful young man.
Thank you.
We really
Appreciate
enjoyed
that.
talking to him while we were in there.
He held it together.
What does he think? What does he think? I mean, when he's able to sit and really talk to Dad and just say, what does he think about what's going on?
Yeah. For those of you that don't know, my son is autistic, and this film was inspired by him. The story, parallels my life. A father getting home to his son.
Does he realize when he sees those characters? Does he realize?
That's what I wanted to tell you.
Does something speak to him?
Yeah, he was asking me during the film, and he did this several times. He asked me, "That's me, right?" He would say, "That's me on the screen." I was like, "Yeah, that's you. That's the guy. That's the kid that's playing you." And he asked me if that's a bad person or that's a good person. Mostly about me. Yeah, I was a bad person. I did some things that were not good, and his general interest is, it seems like as the more we watch it, it's hard for him to focus with the ADD and everything.
Yeah.
But as I saw him today, his eyes were glued to the screen. And then every once in a while he looked at me and, was that my mom? Yeah, that was Krista. That was your mom, and that's who played her. And, oh, okay. And he was asking me questions that before he wasn't asking. So he's starting to himself, starting to figure out and comprehend what the film is about and who is who. Yeah.
That, again, you could show this film to 100,000 people. You could show this film and break box office records.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, when someone who sees with the eyes of a child,
yeah,
when someone like Christian looks at that,
yeah,
and they see a story and they have questions and it has answers and it inspires them,
yeah,
job well done.
Absolutely.
That's a good storyteller,
Absolutely,
right? So you've done a great job. We have to wrap it up. They're going to wave that card at us again. You keep doing that to us, but okay, we'll do it. So we're going to say thank you to our partners and friends before we go. Our great partners over at Famous Faces and Funnies, Space Coast Comics and Indie Originals. Our good friend Jay Bauer at Jay Bauer Art. The folks over at Celestial Healings, Krypton Radio, the Foxwood Wine Company. Of course, our dear friend Yvonne Mason at Off the Chain Radio. We're here at the International Christian Film and Music Festival. There's a lot of
You nailed it.
Film and Music Festival in Orlando, Florida on I-Drive. We've been hanging out with David, Vincent Bobb. Check out the links down below for where you will be able to see right before your eyes coming up. And you know what? Just keep checking back on the Hangin' With Web Show page, because as soon as David's film is out in theaters or digitally or wherever it is, we're going to make sure we update you and let you know where to see it and check it out at, okay? David, thank you so much for hanging out with
Garrett.
us, man. You guys stay tuned in, stay logged on, and see who we're hanging with next.
Channeling the Mothership is an exciting journey into the higher mysteries. Certified psychic medium and clairvoyant Jerry McDaniel's readings, writings, and messages have been received by thousands of people in more than 45 countries. These messages have been obtained by channeling his higher self. How does he do it? Is it a blessing or a curse? And what lay beyond the reach of your five senses? Channeling the Mothership. Explore the mysteries of the spiritual and the metaphysical. Channeling the Mothership by author Jerry McDaniel. Available on Amazon.com today.
You're listening to Krypton Radio.
Are you having trouble getting a merchant account? Maybe you need an international payment gateway, or you just got rejected by another merchant account provider. No problem. iPayTotal wants your business. Our high-risk merchant accounts allow you to accept all major credit and debit cards. Our Moto payment gateway allows accepting transactions on the phone. iPayTotal delivers payment solutions and products to help grow your business. Contact us now for your payment processing at iPayTotal.com. iPayTotal, your online payments partner.
Alien invaders enslave Earth.
Unleashing hunters into the ruined wastes.
One young survivor struggles to elude their monsters, clinging to hope.
When he's stolen off the planet by a sarcastic starship AI, they pit their uneasy alliance against a treacherous galaxy.
Explore a whole new verse of barbarism and betrayal.
Wonder and adventure.
In the Scion series
by Michael J. Allen.
Beginning with Book 1, Scion Conquered Earth.
Available in print, ebook, and audio on Amazon.com. Famous Faces and Funnies in Melbourne, Florida is leading the way in pop culture fun. From comic books and graphic novels to Funko Pops and collector's items, Famous Faces and Funnies has it all. Rick Shea and the professional team at Famous Faces and Funnies are friendly and knowledgeable. Whether you're looking for toys, props, collector treasures, or a new comic book, Famous Faces and Funnies is your one-stop shop. To find Famous Faces and Funnies on Facebook and Twitter, just type at FFF Comics.
All right, welcome back. Thanks for logging on and tuning in. I'm Allyson Moran. Right now we are in Annville, Pennsylvania for the red carpet premiere of Right Before Your Eyes, written, produced, and directed by David Vincent Bobb. He also stars in it. We have people coming up the red carpet now. David is doing photo ops and meeting the cast and crew as everyone is arriving, getting ready for the premiere. The place is buzzing. We have the stars. Some of the stars of the movie are Adam Ratcliffe. He plays the lead. Brian O'Halloran, Brian Anthony Wilson, Corey Graham Gregorick, and Sarah Lynn Dewey. And then, of course, David is in the movie as well. We have the KitchenKillaz is here, Billy, Floyd, and the Commodore. They have written and composed The Walking Man as part of the movie. What else? We have a lot of buzz going on here. We're going to try to catch some people and see who's here and try to get to talk to somebody. Hi, I'm Allyson. Tell us who you are.
I'm Lori Mumford.
And what role do you play?
I play train passenger.
You're a train passenger?
Yeah.
So how was that?
I loved every minute of it. It was in my wheelhouse, so.
Oh, fantastic. Beautiful. Well, very nice to meet you. What part why did you want to play? Why did you want to be a part of the movie?
Because it's always been a dream of mine to be actually what they call discovered. And so I thought this was a good opportunity.
Very good. Well, very nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
And good luck. We're so excited to see it.
I am too.
We're so excited. You haven't seen it yet?
No, I haven't.
Okay. We're going to watch this all together. I'm going to tell our folks a little bit about the movie while we're waiting for some cast. So it's basically, it's a drama, a heartfelt drama about a recovering alcoholic who's on a journey home to see his autistic son who he has not seen, and he's kind of rediscovered God, and so the struggles between God and good and the temptations of being an addict. Am I pretty close?
Yes.
Okay. Very good. Very good. It took David around 2 years, I think, to write and get this movie up and running. I know that there's about 92 cast members. So we're excited to talk to David about it, too, and see what his inspirations were behind writing the movie and getting this very important topic out here to the public. I know that he's really excited about it. Hi, guys. Hope you enjoy it. We'll see you in there. Yes. Should we go over and show them our friends and our fans what's happening on the other side of the room? Let's walk over here. Over here is where the KitchenKillaz is going to be performing. KitchenKillaz is going to be performing here later after the premiere. And so far we got a pretty good packed house. Or it's getting packed. We're going to go back to the red carpet and see who's coming up. Hello, Shelley. We have David's son. What's your name, hon?
Vincent Bobb.
And you're in the movie, correct?
Yeah.
How was that playing a role in your dad's film?
Good.
It was good? All right. Nice to meet you.
Hello, folks. How are ya?
How are you?
Good.
Adam Radcliffe is I work at a gas station in Warminster. A couple years ago, he came in and I'm like, what do you do for a living? He says, what do you think I do? I said, well, you look like a cop. And he laughed and said, no, but I play one on TV. And we struck up a friendship from there, and we both had some issues happening. And he said, you have got to come and see me in this movie. So we are here, very excited.
Very good.
Yes, very good.
We're all excited, too. We'll see you in there, guys.
All right, wonderful. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. So tell everybody what your name is and who you play.
My name is Sean Patrick McCurdy, and I play Lucas or Christian in the film.
Very good. What was your favorite part about filming?
Probably the day where we just played in a park for most of the day. That was a lot of fun.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Very cool. So what made you want to be a part of this particular movie?
Well, my grandma's boyfriend was in it, and the director talked about needing like a young boy to play this character. And my grandmother said, well, I know my grandson is an actor. He does like community theater. Maybe he could come in and like do an audition. And so they asked me if I wanted to do it, and I was like, yeah, sure, that sounds fun.
Fantastic. Well, it's very nice to meet you.
It's nice to meet you.
And we're going to see you in there. Can't wait to see you on film.
Thank you.
So we have Billy Floyd, one of the musicians that has written and composed Walking Man, and his parents now are with David. And Shelley Wheeler, their PR rep, and Al Commodore of the KitchenKillaz. We'll talk to them when they come up the red carpet. Hello.
How are you?
The KitchenKillaz is in the house.
Hello.
Yes. Well, hello, my friend.
You look lovely.
Why, thank you. And so you look so handsome.
Your microphone.
Well, thank you.
Super professional right there.
So how do you guys feel about having your music finally up in film?
It's going to be an interesting experience. I don't think we've actually heard it played through a theater of this size. So it's new for us, just like it is for everybody else. But from what I imagine, it's going to be pretty awesome.
Are you going to cry? I think I'm going to cry.
Most likely. Most likely.
We got Billy's mom, right?
Yes.
Yes. You're going to cry, right?
Yes, absolutely. I already started.
Because it's so exciting, right? It's like they've made it to the big times.
And I'm so proud of what they've done. Yes.
We all are. We all are.
Thank you. Baby steps.
You know, we love you.
Thank you, Allie. You guys are awesome.
Okay, we'll see you in there, guys.
All right, let's tune up and we'll be ready to rock and roll. What up, Harry?
This is Matt Jarman. Matt is with... The funniest thing is, I talk to this guy every single day almost. Matt Jarman is with the distributor. He's with Niagara My Cinema, so that's, yeah.
So that's fantastic. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. Because of him, our film's getting distributed. So.
That's fantastic. So have you seen the show yet?
Oh, yeah, several times.
So what do you think?
I love it. You know, it's one of those things where first time I saw it, it had so much heart in it that I said, we have to distribute this thing. And so we called back, sent it around, and everyone else got on board, and that's why we're distributing it.
That's fantastic. I've heard. I haven't seen it, so I've heard we need tissues.
Yeah, it's wonderful. Wonderful
okay.
movie.
Well, thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you.
Nice to meet you. It's a packed house. I think they're sold out. I'm not sure. I don't know if they were sold out or not. But I do know it's a packed house. Hi, guys. Good. Let's just walk over and find out. So were you in the show, or are you just a patron?
He's in the show.
You're in the show. So what part did you play?
The part I play is Don't Blink.
Really?
I'm at the bar with the lead.
Oh, you're a barkeep.
And yeah, I'm a bar fly, and he's mooching a drink off of him, and it's that. Then we're over at the booth, and kind of quick. Like I said, really, don't go like that.
But that's okay, though, you know?
I gave you credit. Hey.
That's fantastic. You go on. I am
outside, so that makes it.
It does. It's fantastic. Fantastic. What did you have to audition for the part, or did you just show up?
No. I know them quite a bit, and they knew they were going to need somebody, so that's me. Yeah. Nobody else wants it. Call Jack Rudiger. He'll be there.
Okay, well, we're excited to see you, and we're not going to blink.
Please.
All right, very good. We still have a very long line. Very long line. Hi. Are we watching? Are we in it? What are we doing? Okay. Who's in it? Both? So what is your name and who do you play?
I am Christina Kurtz, and I was in the train passenger
Very
in the
good.
one scene.
I'm Holly Kurtz, and I was in the train passenger.
So, did you guys audition for the part, or did you just show up one day?
We auditioned. Yeah, I think everybody auditions for the parts.
Very good, very good. Why did you want to be in a movie?
Because I thought, well, I had no friends at first, and I was getting bullied. And when I auditioned, I felt happy because I was in a movie, and not everybody has the chance. And when you have a chance, you take it. And when I told my friends, they didn't believe me at first, but they still don't believe in me. But I hope they get to see the movie.
I hope so, too. And I'm sorry that you get bullied, because that is not cool. No, not at all.
But she was very excited. So we're very happy for this opportunity.
We are very excited to see it. So we'll see you guys.
It's a wonderful movie. We did see it, so it was definitely something worth seeing.
They said bring tissues.
And it's sad, but at the end it's sad and joyful at the same time.
Very good. Well, we'll see you guys in there. Thank you. Hi, Adam. How are you?
Nice to meet you. How you doing?
So, Adam, you play the lead.
Yes, I play the lead.
So how was it? What was your favorite part about filming?
I like being employed for the most part. So, at the end, the most cathartic thing is when you're done a project and you know that you've laid everything on the line. This was, I don't know if you've seen the film, but this was one of those that you have?
No.
Okay, so it's a very emotionally grueling film. So there's really no holding back if you're going to perform this and make people believe that you've been through some stuff. You have to kind of excavate all the crazy emotions that you've been through and all of your, affairs, all of your life in order to bring this character to life, because it's real. I mean, I have some struggles of my own, which is why I was cast to bring that depth, my own existence to David's story. And obviously that's exhausting to be able to do that. So 3 weeks into it, when you're done, I think that was my favorite part, the fact that it was complete.
Yeah.
Because this is not a comedy. This is a tearjerker. Yeah.
I heard bring tissues.
Yes.
And I've read the synopsis of it. So, and after when we interviewed David, but this is based on his life, right?
Yes. Yep. And we shot at the real Bethesda Mission in Center City, Harrisburg, with real homeless people that were, in the beds all around us. So, I'm a bit of a method actor, so it was easy to use the people around me, and the necessity of art is to make people feel. So, like I said, if we were going to bring this to life and convince people that this was really good work, I had to go to those places. And the fact that we were there recreating his story in the actual place where he stayed for 9 months to clean up his act in order to be a part of his kid's life I think that was probably the best thing that you could have.
Yeah. Well, I'm excited to see it.
Thank you so much for having me. All right.
We're just watching people come in off the red carpet, taking a photo op with David. Again, we are here in Annville, Pennsylvania for the red carpet premiere of Right Before Your Eyes, a very heartfelt drama based on addiction.
struggling addiction, coming back into spirituality and the trials and tribulations and overcoming addiction and all that entails. Hi, guys. Oh, so are you guys? Are you watching the movie or in it?
We are extras.
Extras?
Yes, we're in the bar scene.
Oh, so tell us your name.
CJ. Desiree. Paige.
Did you all just show up? Did they say, come show up, we need extras?
On the set. They got on the... Yeah, it was awesome. It was such a neat memory to make with my son and my girlfriend.
I know. That's fantastic. Well, we're excited to see it. So we'll see you in there. Hi, guys. Are you in the movie? You're in the movie? You're just here as his supporters, right? Fantastic. So what's your name?
I am Joshua DeSteno.
And you play?
I don't really play.
What's your part that you play?
My part, I play a boy fishing with my father.
Fantastic. Did you audition for the part?
No.
No? They just said, come on over and we want you to go fishing?
Yes.
Fantastic. I'm excited. Are you excited?
Yes.
Have you ever been in a movie before?
No.
No. So this is really fun, right?
Yes.
Yes. We'll see you in there, boys. I don't think the line's ever going to end. I don't know if they're going to get everyone in time for the movie to start. I think they've got a sold-out house here. There's people around the corner.
Hi. Jennifer Bird-Pinnell. This
Hi,
is Allie.
Jennifer.
Jennifer is the brain tumor survivor. She's also in my film. She plays Hope the bartender, so
Yes.
I'm going to talk to her.
Okay. So, Jennifer.
Yes.
So you play Hope.
Yes, I do.
So did you audition or did David call you up?
I actually was discovered by accident by a casting director while I was doing a news interview. And, well, ironically, I wound up hooking up with David. He's seen some of my work. He liked me, and he gave me the role of Hope. And,
that's fantastic.
Yeah, ironically, I just, 2 weeks before he gave me the role of Hope, got a Hope tattoo because I was diagnosed with 3 brain tumors.
Oh, my goodness.
I met David all through the journey of me going through my medication and hospital stays and the whole 9. I still was able to film the movie and met a lot of good friends, lifelong friends, and the movie's amazing and it inspired me while I was filming. So
I got the goosebumps. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. We're excited to see it.
Excited for you to see it. Okay. Thank
Very
you so
nice
much.
to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
Nice to meet you. You hear me, Garrett? This is hard work. Hi, Corey.
Hi.
Hi. So, what was your favorite part about filming?
Oh, I have to pick one?
Oh, no, any.
Well, I had the script for so long, and I was just so excited when we had the shoot dates listed because I just knew this film was going to be something special. And seeing David's passion, and the cast and crew are fabulous. They poured their heart and souls into it, and I'm just so excited that we're finally able to share it.
I know. And you guys have won multiple awards already.
Yeah.
So that is so exciting.
Yes.
You've won 5 out of 8, maybe, or more than that?
I believe that's
And then you're nominated, or you got another one coming up. I just read, so it escapes me.
Glance.
Yeah.
Festival in Philadelphia. Yeah, it's an honor to be a part of that.
It really is.
And David, I'm so proud of him, and he just deserves all of this.
Yeah, I can't wait to hear his story because I don't know it all.
It's amazing.
But,
It will move you to tears, and he just deserves the best.
He really does.
So happy for him.
So we're excited to see you in there.
Thank you.
All right, good luck.
Enjoy it. Thank you.
Hi, Andy. Come over.
You wanted me to?
Yes. What part do you play?
I play the role of Ken.
Ken.
Yeah, the
and
drug
who's?
counselor.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. So, did you audition for the part?
I actually got very lucky. I think they added the scenes later, and Roy Cork had called me and said, can you come in this Saturday? Because they had an actor for the role, and he dropped out. So I got the role on Tuesday and came in on a Saturday. So I was so lucky to get this role. Yeah.
So how was it filming? Because I know it's a very heartfelt, heart-wrenching story.
Yeah, I mean, you get something like this dropped in your lap. I mean, it was so poignant. And I'm reading this, and I'm probably in tears, and it was lucky. You just get lucky. You have to be ready to kind of handle this. You just wait till opportunities come. I was very, very blessed to kind of get this role. I mean, it was something else. And working with David and working with Adam, which is just phenomenal. And everybody else in this movie is so good. So it's fun to watch them do their work because I'm a big fan of all of them. You know, Brian, the two Brians, and of course Adam and everybody else, and Corey, who's lovely. She's fantastic. And incredible actress. She's so good. Yeah, you'll love her. Have you seen it?
I have not seen this movie yet, so I'm really excited.
Well, I'm looking forward to that. I hope you enjoy it.
Congratulations on all of the awards, because I know it's...
That's David. David did great work. I mean,
oh, my God.
It's hard to get those. They don't give them away that easy.
No, they don't.
No,
they don't. But, you know, I think a lot of it is the teamwork and just the working together to bring his vision.
Yeah. It's a collaborative art, and you have to have people who act and can shoot, and they're great crew people, phenomenal crew people who do all the work behind the scenes. We all kind of lead into the product you'll see, so it's fun, but it's very collaborative. But David is deserving of all the credit. I mean, he really lived with us for so long, so it's great stuff.
Yes, I'm excited to hear about his story. So it's very nice to meet you.
Thank you, guys.
I'm Allyson. Thank you. Thank you so much for logging on and tuning in. I'm Allyson Murray. But before we go, we would like to give a very special thank you to our partners at Famous Faces and Funnies Off the Chain Radio with Divine Mason, Space Coast Comics, Sound Convention Entertainment Services with Heather Reed. These are the folks that share our videos all over the World Wide Web, and we hope you will too. Don't forget to hit that like button, leave a comment, let us know what you think of today's show and our guest. You can also check our guest links below. Remember to subscribe, log on, and stay tuned to see who we're hanging with next.
Every year, tens of millions of people flock to Florida for its sunny beaches and world-famous tourist attractions. Most never learn about the strange and unusual locations just off the beaten path. From the UFOs of Gulf Breeze to Robert the Haunted Doll in Key West, learn about the myths, monsters, and legends from the dark side of the Sunshine State with author Mark Muncy and illustrator Carrie Schultz in their books Eerie Florida and Freaky Florida from the History Press. Find them at EerieFlorida.com or wherever books are sold.
At Xavier'sManifestThyWill.com, do you crave solutions to your everyday problems? Get rich, find love, and become happy. Xavier, master of the dark arts, may have the powers you need to prevail. Don't give up because other spellcasters have failed you. At Xavier'sManifestThyWill.com, life does not have to be as hard as you see it. Xavier, an astrologist and psychic, carries out rituals and casts spells conscientiously, and he has the power to prevail in situations deemed impossible by other spellcasters. At ManifestThyWill.com, see for yourself the difference real magic can make. Go to ManifestThyWill.com today.
Hi, I'm Cosplay Michael with the Hangin' with Webso, and you're listening to Krypton Radio. And remember, cosplay's for everyone.
In the summer of 1953, private investigator Will Lucky Marks was working as the in-house private eye for Arcane Pacific Pictures. Trapped inside the studio with the killer, Lucky must find the killer before time runs out. Lot 28. Own it today. Available iTunes and Amazon.com.
Change your life with Ray K Distance Energy from Energy Right Now.
What is Ray K?
Well, Ray K Distance Energy is positive energy transferred over distance by Ray K Energy practitioners to help you heal and live your best life.
How will Ray K help me?
Ray K Energy transfers can help increase your income, better your health, help you lose weight, even stop smoking. It can be used to buy or sell real estate, even find lost items.
Wow, Ray K Energy seems pretty powerful.
It is, and you can start calling on Ray K Energy today. Just reach out to practitioner Leah Schiller online at energyrightnow.wordpress.com.
Leah Schiller. Where can I find her online again?
Unlock your potential today with Energy Right Now at EnergyRightNow.wordpress.com.
All right, everybody. Welcome back to the Hangin' with Web Show Radio Hour. We have been listening all hour long to the story, if you will, and some red carpet coverage of Right Before Your Eyes from Hangin' with Web Show alumnus David Vincent Bobb. I'm GW Pomichter.
And I'm Zeiger.
Wow, that's pretty cool coverage that Allie got there on the carpet.
It really was. Really. DVB was so excited and it was just awesome.
It really was great to see so many people out there, to celebrate this film. Not only is it an inspirational film and it's got a nice supernatural twist to it, but it is David Vincent Bobb's very first film. And it is making...
That's unbelievable.
It is. It's got a theatrical release all through the Northeast right now. It's been making the rounds to theaters. That coverage we just heard from Allyson Murray was the coverage at the debut, the premiere, if you will, at the Allen Theater in Pennsylvania. And
that's right. And you listeners, I know you didn't get to see it, but you got to hear it. If you get a chance to hop over to our Facebook or our YouTube, it's wonderful to see everybody in all their beautiful clothes. Allie looked gorgeous in her sparkly dress.
It was. You could check out the full red carpet coverage. Actually, yesterday it came out. So you could check out the full red carpet coverage over on our YouTube channel. That's the Hangin' with Web Show on YouTube. You could see all of the coverage and excerpts from the various interviews with David Vincent Bobb, including his very first interview with the Hangin' with Web Show, which was over 2.5 years ago now. We have been following David on this journey since the very beginning. It is such a privilege to do what we do and to be able to share David's journey with all of you. We're gonna finish up the hour here in just a little while. We got a few minutes.
Okay.
But let's finish up the hour with, I know Allie talked to them on the red carpet, the great guys from the KitchenKillaz, our wonderful friends, Billy Floyd and the Commodore. And of course, we got to hear a little bit from Billy's mom, which was great. That she was able to attend the red carpet ceremony with the
Mama
guys.
Floyd in the house.
Right, Mama Floyd was in the house. Well, we're going to hear the entirety of the song that was chosen as part of the soundtrack for Right Before Your Eyes. The song is Walking Man by the KitchenKillaz, and we'll hear that in its entirety as we wrap up the hour. Best thing that you heard, Sage, during the interview from the red carpet. What stands out to you? What was a highlight moment from that night for you?
Actually, funny enough for me, it was the little kids who enjoyed it. It was like, the best day of filming was when we got to play in the playground.
Yeah,
just be kids in the park.
Yeah, very cosplay Michael of it.
I know, right?
Yes,
And they looked so handsome.
They did. It was great to see everybody dressed to the nines walking up the red carpet. You guys didn't get a chance to see it, but if you like, again, you could find it on our YouTube channel over at Hangin' with Web Show on YouTube. And it was great to see so many kids. I loved the little girl who was using acting as a way to come out of her shell because she had been bullied at school.
Yes.
And she wanted to show that she wanted to prove to herself, I think, that she had worth, and she got out of her shell to do that. And what an amazing... This is the kind of film that the stories within the stories behind the scenes are just as powerful, just as potent as the story you're going to see on screen.
It's awe-inspiring.
Our actress from the many bar scenes, the bartender from many bar scenes, Hope, from the bar scenes in Right Before Your Eyes, they had a chance to talk about her own battle with cancer.
Yeah.
Going on as she was filming. And so she still got to do the part. She still got all the work done. And now she's walking the red carpet, looking fantastic, sounding great. And, that's what an amazing journey. I mean, the stories behind the scenes of this particular movie are just as moving, just as poignant as the story that we're seeing on screen.
It was just incredible.
It was. I mean, David Vincent Bobb truly brought together not only an amazing cast of actors and actresses and crew members, but he managed somehow to find people who brought a sense of urgency and a sense of reality to every part in this film.
And you can also see that they all had a wonderful time making the film as well.
Oh, yeah. I mean, everybody seemed to enjoy the process. And working with veteran actors working with actors who are no stranger to the screen at all. And of course, the most prominent of which, many of you might know, plays the best friend of the lead character in this, is another Hangin' with Web show alumnus.
Oh, yes.
That's
Mr.
right.
O'Halloran,
Our good friend Brian O'Halloran. Many know him from his days in Clerks 2, and the View Askew universe, Kevin Smith's View Askew universe. But he really brought his A game to this independent project, and it was infectious. And I think every actor and actress on screen really felt that and felt how powerful the story was.
There were incredible moments in that film where you just got goosebumps and you were like, "What?" And the score that they chose and all the different music that DVB chose really highlighted what was going on, and that gave you chills also.
It did. There were moments in this film where I don't think there was a dry eye on the house, including my own. It was an incredible film to see. And as you pointed out, the soundtrack is one of those reasons, and its poignance and its relevance to the topic and to the story. So, that takes us right about to the end of the hour, guys. We only have a few minutes left, and we want to make sure that we are good to our word. So we are going to leave you now with the final song on the Right Before Your Eyes soundtrack. Here it is from our good friends Billy Floyd and the Commodore, the great KitchenKillaz. Here is Walkin' Man.
Walks alone down a dusty road, half in the shadow of sunlight, half in the glow. The storm cloud rays and preaches, says I can do the most to make that walking man take off his walking coat. So boom braves that storm, blowing ripples across the pond, blowing leaves detached from bare trees, turning cypress to its knees. In the end, my friend, begin again. A man walks alone down a dusty road, half in the shadow of sunlight, half in the glow. The sun steps back deep breath, what whistles for head, slow to make that walking man take off his walk. So shines down that sun, coming ripples in the pond, growing leaves detached from bare trees, turning so fast to its knees. In the end, my friend, begin again. In the end, my friend, begin again. Whoa, no. So shines down that sun, coming ripples in the pond, growing leaves detached from bare trees, turning so fast to its knees. In the end, my friend, begin again. Oh no, a man walks alone. The sun, he sets that storm down, says, listen here, my friend, to get that walking coat off of that walking man, you take a pinch of sunlight and you hold it in your hand, and you take a dash of true love, toss it in the sand. Now close your eyes and make a wish, blow it from your hand, send that pinch of sunlight crashing to the land, where it lands on love rings lock, with a whistle or white smoke, you'll have a walking man take all his walking coat. So boom braves that storm, coming ripples in the pond, growing leaves detached from bare trees, turning so fast to its knees. In the end, my friend, begin again. walks alone down a dusty road, half in the shadow of sunlight, half in the